Page number 24, only Tibet. Dunda Yonja Yeba Namsan Kando Lama Danjema Zoje Mana Hojang Marsa Sharja Jesam Gubesha Chezek Dadar Tugam Vejen Kambo Ngabja Dogaji Saye Dago Namkarasai Yumbe Doda Dogaranze Admar Kadam Kadande Denyam Jeje Jenme Sur Sajang Ande Wada Yejang Karaja Rabdan Jang Sanya Dadan Dunza Bandai Kange Kame Dubanze Lana Dawara Dada Ongaran Drimba Bema Amar Nazo Dorje Hongo Yabje Hinga Ohagar Go Nama Hesaradana Jezok Soha Hamarbo Chaban Yezon Bohayana Menye Ho Maz Yila La Payam Janga Yanja Deva Ombama Hinka Hayang Kado Hogan Kara Tamo Karmona Go Randa Sagan Jazo Hong Janga Ila Gola Pipi Duke Rabdanze Jirazo Sabya Bhavan Jamazoda Wangela Jandanda Janda Matange Ombe Ombe Zamaranze Ombe Ombe Zahase Ombe Ombe Zala Ombe Ombe Zangarda Benzanerda Ombe Zabebe Chana Dawaya Deganda Suje Om Sawadana Abegangadasam Kaya Keso Wanga Tamada Deva Jimberangen Jajana Wala Randa Jalad My God, and your Cakrasamvara Drupon in the manam bade da so Cakrasamvara Drupon bade da so Cakrasamvara Padem Bade Zazo Cakrasamvara Sosaranebe Yega Sangla Hala Gajava Yegala De Dumbo.
Okay, so now we will do the question and answer portion of the retreat with Drupon Rinchen Dorjee Rinpoche, and the questions have already been submitted, and some of the online questions have already been included.
Okay, so the first question that we have is, if I want to practice the sadhana at home, should I start on page 1 or page 26 of the text, or is there a separate short sadhana for daily practice? Dini Garci nang la nyamlin che gona de shodang druptab la shodang dampo la go tsut na yagare ve yangna shodang nishutsa do yangna tinda shimba che duba che yorebe.
Te chinarwa. Dene da chungna tuso uyona chasang dongna de res. Kasi tuso mandona sum sunga ma daxi ti mango zo. Dene ma nyemba ti sa. Ti nyemba ma to har song dene nyemba sa ne tene ti jela. Da nyemba kasi sa sa duremchi de la ya dangirwa. Odo dansa de te sinan de du china.
So he said it depends on like what your time availability is. If you have time, you can go through the whole thing. Otherwise, you can start on page 25 with the self-generation, and then you go
35,
all... 35, sorry. 35, thank you. 35, and you can go all the way to the mantra recitation, and then mainly focus on accumulating the mantra, and for however many you accumulate, and then you do the dissolution, and then arise again in the form of the deity. Sure. Okay. And then yena de pena pecha yang dupa che yorebe shimba che pe hansaya dupa ro che yorebe shimba che.
다 뒤바다다 지상다 여지를 와서 인슈토 저르셔를 싫어 센통만 송에 요다 여지를 뒤바에 쉬워서 인슈토 다다 저르셔를 센통만 송으로 지상이 망가된스 저도 티나데 dem쇼 두두젠도 삼성가 된다세 된 인도 나서 다 ngaden스 고미야 안다세 도와 티나데 dem쇼 센도 준도 삼두두시야 테 컨두나 야고 쳔만도
So you know, like in Tibetan, definitely probably there like all sorts of different sadhanas, so probably a very concise sadhana, but he doesn't think he's seen a really concise Cakramsamvara sadhana translated into English. He's not sure, but he doesn't think so. There is this one concise sadhana that's part of a Fivefold Path of Mahamudra practice, that it sounds like he's not sure whether or not it's translated into English, but he thinks maybe he's seen it, so he'll look into it. So then number 2 is, what's the difference between essence mantra and quintessence mantra? Dine de nga ningpe na nga yorowa dang nyening gichepa gare yore.
Ningbo de nyening ya.
Ningbo dang.
다 닝보 저는 다 닝보 들어봐 닝 선 다른 데 녀베게 찬다 라셔서 말에 녀베 닝보스도 어떤 데 사례
이나 데 Chepar dele yang doche.
Chepar
Re chepar.
다 담보 들어봐라.
Okay. So he said regarding this difference, the difference is, one is the essence deity, like the essence mantra for the main deity, and then the other one is the close, so it says quintessence, it's actually literally the close essence mantra.
되네.
Does that answer?
담보
Yeah. Okay. So then the next question is, I hear that the completion stage of Cakramsamvara is called.
안 되진데. 지금 가시 나한테도 장아 세진도 장아한테 그 레스 그님 보나. 여러와. 닝보테 드레스 송여러와. 년년테 토 레스 라도. 와다 텐도 가나서 단 Drikung Kagyu Lineage 장아테 동고 말했어. 그때 다 공부를 하나서. 다 공부되는 데에서. 닝보트 송유도 다 텐동 그랬어. 토트 등엔지인도 돼.
So Drikung sangak chira dongmane.
장아.
The essence mantra, the secret, the sangwe rawoge nga rebe the ningbo dang sangwa dang nierning kare. 공자 가래 송송
장아 그님 바레스 장아 그
상가
사웨나
사웨나 so 닝디 당 닝보 카가레
다 장아 선나 카시 지당 장아 세 요살 가서 카시 한테 강지 등아 아파도 카시 장아 살람 도한테 강지 등아 안다 지게와
상아
상아 맞지 사웨나 장아
사웨나 okay yeah okay. So sometimes there's the case that there's the essence mantra, which is connected with the enlightened form. There's the root mantra, which is like the mantra of the speech, and the near essence mantra, the quintessence mantra, which is connected with mind or enlightened mind. So in the Drikung tradition, we don't have to really, there's not the tradition of accumulating repetitions of the root mantra, because we're meditating on the body of the deity, so that's body, and then there is the essence mantra is actually the speech, and so that's what is the main mantra that is accumulated, and the near essence mantra or quintessence mantra is connected with enlightened mind or awareness, and that is we're meditating on the meditative absorption or the samadhi of the enlightened mind, and so in that way we have body, speech, and mind, and the main accumulation for mantra is speech, because the body is the deity and the mind is the meditative absorption. So then the next one is, I hear the completion stage of Cakramsamvara is called 4 mudras. Could you please elaborate on what these are and how these practices fit the Fivefold Mahamudra, fit into maybe the Fivefold Mahamudra path? Zorim dimchogi zorim chajaji ki mingta yore kosom chajaji. Deni di gandre re dang di chakchi ngadin ge lam la gandre tsungre.
다들 저당 차자 시세는 저 요사로와 차자 시세는 저당 도모 다베 차자세 되네 도모 다베 차자세 담세 차자세 진도와 되네 예자세는 다 담세 차자세는 되네 매발레지 차자세 되네 대초 차자로와 차자 심바 초 차자는 대 차자 신동 되루자 이바전 센도와 어저 생각랑 좋다다 소소 Okay,
so the six samakoma song. So tumo the
tumo da be chagjase.
Tag besena.
Tak banda se zarma. Da main da ka main re yang tai.
Dene damse
chagjase. Dan da
dene nimba?
Den member le chagjase. Le chagjase yo.
Okay. So there are these, 4 so then DJla gande de so on yamnena.
어떻게 나서 근데 제단 당가랑서 냠냐라 베리 냠냐 치고 쇼레스.
드니 차자지 de teso shira yang.
단지 다데.
So the 4 mudras are the mudra of Tumo, the mudra of Samaya, the mudra of Karma, and the mudra of Dharma. Dharma, which is Mahamudra. But mainly, the main thing is to do the practice, as like it's, as according to the instructions. So then the Gawaji la tesa jashigana.
다 가와신 드시 작도지야 요 말에 자세트니나 다티 창샘 장코 지원 렙디 딤바 지원 딤바레네 가와 닝크 지원 마 아시마 지원 함나 가와 데 딤바 장코 함나 초가 니 nika han chepar gawa dewa hana de lenji gawa de yar china de tambo dewa ne gawa nika choga de dimba gawa choga lenji ji gawa da yang de tenru ya ren shin de ya na de na ji ha samno dang go shures. So what is also nyamnyong gang do go shuru what's
so there's not actually much to explain about the 4 joys. So this is something that really actually has to be understood directly through practice. But the explanation is essentially, just what is written in the text, that when the bodhicitta drop descends from the crown to the throat center, there arises the first of the four joys, which is joy. Then from the throat center to the heart level, supreme joy, and then from the heart level, joy. Yeah, from the heart. What did I miss? From the throat to the heart, supreme joy. From the heart to the navel, co-emergent joy? Joy, supreme. Yeah, co-emergent joy. And then there's also the reverse of the four joys. So then from the navel to the heart, then and so then the reverse then becomes from the navel to the heart level, joy, from the heart level to the throat, supreme joy, from the throat to the crown, co-emergent joy. But those are just so then, but the dini tumo nyamlen china gare. But actually, if we don't really have some experience with tumo, if we don't really have some warmth generated from the tumo, then there's no way really to practice the four joys. One has to spend a long time developing tumo first. Otherwise, it just doesn't occur. So then it says, so the next one is, on page 36, how do we visualize at its center? Does space, wind, fire, earth, Mount Meru, lotus, Cakrasamvara, broom and palace and sphere of lotuses, fire and charnel grounds arise inside the center of the tent? Or where exactly is the center of the protection sphere? On page 36. No, Gayansana Ula Dangpo. To Yorwala. Then it got like chila, center. Chila. Then it sunkorgi ula yore yeah. So then the center is, yes, at the center of the sphere of protection. That's what center is referring to here. Can you explain the concept of Hung in more detail, as it's referenced as life force and radiating light, and also in the heart? Dinite Hung ge dunda de la gande do de tesa sungna pena gayansena de hla ge so yemba de so dang yang de u truba pena Hung ne u trudu Chegura, Dini the Hongi Dunda Rao, then it says a Gandedo de la.
That's the Hong said that I'm to so no was it. Nina, that's a you make Jinkor, you make Jinkortella, Mende Capo, Mendes Capo, and the Garu, Gurgoji, Yurwa, Mende Capo Shana. Mende, take my Capo Shana. 다 멘제시 요랑아서 멘제 피사 자진도와
Oh yeah.
베베트 마르카 법션도 굴고제 요라가로 굴고제 어떤 나시 뉴메키 진코르 지라 홍테스루 고르스 대한 캅조 캬르나 대한제가 캅조 캬 템포 데게라 파 요로 마르와 어떤 나시 요베 홍제 잠노다 어떤 다제 님바 미파탄 라면다도와 가시 nen데 랑 나오 다 대단 느루 파통야라와 내류 통나란 내류 통나 저와 자다님 바티 아 신바제 마바 그 님베 미과제 대요 타라 자료와 에 쇼가 가시다 맞습니다. gồm chỉ có xây rồi, gồm chỉ có xây năng thì xây rồi. Thì nhìn mình phải thấy nó ta răng thu cả, để đó răng thu cả nhìn mình chỉ có us hong lệ ngã, ta hong lệ ngã cái tiếng mà có rồi mấy, ta hong thì ngã cái tiếng mà có đấy, dùng con đồng có rồi, và tiếng có đấy mấy nữa, ngã cái tiếng mà long thang này chỉ răng nấu dùng là thông, thế xem xem thậm chí nấu ít phải là số. 我这什么那我用通常那我也怕修，我这里打最红的啦，过去的嘞，这里怎么当然多啊？我这里啊，这当天咱按常常啊，这里要我说呢，就是结了上节强学生把他们去了，确保配备怎么当？这里做起呢，按什么他们去了，这个这把讲呢，我这里怎么当呀？按俺出去借用多。
So the Hung is the life force of all of the deities, and so it's like so where you visualize the Hung, at the center of the sun disk, which is like a we can sort of visualize it like an overturned mandala base. Kimpo, help me out here. Like the mandala base turned over, like standing, yeah. So. Yeah, so it's like the. Yeah, so like we have the mandala base, which is like if it's overturned, but it's actually, I think the meaning being that it's like sort of curved and a little bit of like a kind of bubble shape almost, maybe. Yeah, kabu yambadi tesako.
To kabo shora kuma ka jian zin den ru ro.
Okay, yeah. So the mandala base, he's making this point that it's like overturned, but it's actually more like because when it's like a vessel, right? When it's not overturned to build the mandala on top of it, and so it's kind of like when we overturn it, and then that's the base for building the mandala. This is where the Hung resides, right? On this sun mandala of sun, and in the center of this, and and actually they're the different ways of visualizing the mantra garland. So here primarily we're visualizing the mantra garland exiting, from the top of the Hung, traveling down into, the between, sort of rotating between the male and female consort, the mother and father deity. But then there's also on page 91, there are a variety of different explanations for how one can visualize the mantra garland. So another way is to visualize this Hung syllable on the sun disk at the heart level with the mantra rotating the Hung counterclockwise. Another version is to visualize the mantra garland traveling up and then out of the right nostril of oneself, and then traveling to all sentient beings and entering into their right nostril, and then exiting from their left nostril, and then traveling back to like all sentient beings in the form of Cakramsamvara, and then it traveling back and entering into our our right nostril. And so in this way, there are these, and then from the seed syllable and mantra garland, we have light. You mentioned the light radiating. This is what is referred to as the radiating out and gathering back, which sometimes, so mainly when we're doing the mantra recitation, we're focusing on the rotation of the mantra garland, like in any of these methods that we are visualizing. But then sometimes we also can focus on the light rays streaming out, from the seed syllable and mantra garland streaming out, and making offerings to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas residing in the 10 directions. And then that light gathers back and dissolves again into the mantra and seed syllable. And then it travels out again and it purifies all the obscurations and defilements of sentient beings, transforming them into the state of Cakramsamvara, and it returns again and then dissolves into the mantra garland and seed syllable. So then,
like if it's going out the nostril, is the hung right side up then?
then the hung yang the no, it's the same. No, I mean it's standing. I think it's always standing. The hung gadi and then it's tata sumba nangshin langi or it's always standing.
Standing but pointed down?
Oh no, that's only in the only in the tumo. The hong yang kapu. Yeah, so that's only in the blazing and dripping the tumo. It's not during the mantra recitation, it's right side up. For all of them. Yeah, standing right side up. So then the next question is, my impure illusory body generates bliss by the blessing of the guru, but how to make union with wisdom for longer? Any skillful means? Dini de madakbe ge juve lu.
That's how Senna the Jeton Tenrivona Zetan Zoterwa Zobote Lama that's Hanje Chancho Simbal Mohuchi Simjian and Ingjechi or Tene Soso that's Zondru Yiche the Zondru or the Yamlan Chiton the Papa Demo Chasekwa.
So the main method for like generating bliss and wisdom is devotion to the Lamas and Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and compassion for sentient beings. And so once wisdom arises, then the way to sustain it for longer periods is really through diligence, through non-distraction and diligence. Then how to move winds during the mantra recitation. What is the right process for syncing the breath during the downwards movement of the drops? So dini di long nga dombe katla long la gande samlo tango gare pena chitang long. So he said, actually, you don't want to think about the winds at all while you're doing the mantra recitation. You don't need to think about the winds. Yeah, Gainsen pena di nga mar do kala dine di yang di tigle mar doge o ba nangshin dine long yang gande che go
nga khadu na te mixi ta nga te ra me kha chi ro nga te ra me kha chi shen ba zam no dang na yung ma re ma zu ji gen zong gong che na yo都你即将就个没事些，都管你娘子用个嘛的是老学了吧？等下没块起的那个龙天的那些地方难的有的，龙就得把先出送的这些把龙天娘子出着说的，等没块天年把这个难的呢，我龙天难的，先把咱们当做个嘛的。
So we really don't have to, we don't want to have a whole bunch of concepts about what it is that we're doing other than just focusing on the mantra and resting the awareness, the attention on the visualization. Because as it says, Lord Jigten says in the Gongchik, that one can't have two thoughts in the mind at once. So the more that you're thinking about, then the more kind of distracted the mind is. Instead, you want the mind to become single-pointed in its concentration. So if you have a lot of concepts and ideas about what you need to be doing, then there's going to be more like delusion in the mind, and this causes also instability in the winds. Whereas if we're focused single-pointedly on the visualization and resting the mind there, then naturally the winds settle. The wind becomes settled with the visualization. And so we don't really need to be thinking about manipulating anything or doing anything else other than just focusing the mind on the visualization during the mantra recitation. So then the next question is mantra a single letters of mantra going down, moving to consort and dissolving back at heart, or is it a garland circle going down and merging at the heart? I am not sure I understand this question. Do other people get it? Is it the whole circle? It's a single letters of mantra going down, moving to yeah, does anybody want to clarify? The person who asked the question? Oh, it was online. Okay. I'm sorry. Pacha Hamang.
Disappears into the heart and then it appears back, or is it continuous? Once it goes around.
Once the mantra garland goes around, does it dissolve and then a new mantra garland comes out?
That's what it sounds like.
Kongi sampala chikchana di yana gayan sena de hung yorwa tene nga ki tingwa mar done tene de yar yongrwa yana de pena de hung la timne tene sarpa chek dawo chegrebe yangna de chatsang de you should just visualize it as like one mantra chain continuously circling, because if you're sort of thinking it dissolves and then a new one is born, again, this gives us more concepts to become distracted by. So then the next one is, how does this practice of the union of non-dual method and wisdom produce bliss? And to be sure, by method, we mean compassion, correct? Dini di pena gayan sana di jorwe ginyamlen rawo yamba la dini di dewa gande legare dini dewa yang lavdu or no the top dang sherap dewa gande chegare dini yang top lavdu dini ningje giduna rawa
Really?
yeah.
근데 다 지금 다다 demcho 야매원이 도. 타 제가 다시는 라바 닝제 프랑지 홀로든 바치. 시라 프랑지데 용도지 파모지 와. 어때 타 시라니 야 마지와 송쇼로 다당에 테 야매원 송주 요라테 타 시라미 야 마지와. Then you also prove that on the on something. Nama yabje tugdam gang, tomba yomje tugdam gang lamdoa. What is Sansa Nama tomba china not ya tomba yom. What in that china record. So what thing around so tapi ya majewa that is so sure semt. What you do? Taking yamnan on the nedina. Nelo can on this one did they were Ranjiku. They were Chimbo Shars and not as a thing say Dungar Tamchi Panga, 그 지금 요도 좋게 리 내조제 그 대화 체계를 정도야. 쟤도 대화한테 그 샘다 동아리 섬치 방가 안 하셔도 돼. 근데 냠내 강내도 그러와.
So dunga gagne.
동아리 섬마 봐 갈래갈다 냠내 쇼치도 치선도 동아리서 바람신 가네. 근데 그 다들 샘게 내로 그 내디나 대화 침보스 가사리.
Gongta de purbuka la
그 나마야 동바 용지 쇼리다.
tukdamgang.
나마야 다 두담감 미나리 다 나마야 동바 용지.
So essentially, when we're in practicing Cakramsamvara, because the union of the male and female is essentially the union, the sign or the symbol for the union of method and wisdom. So the method being Cakramsamvara and the wisdom being Varahi. And so what we're doing as we practice is we're never separating from this union of method and wisdom. We're abiding within that perfect union of compassion and emptiness. And so just as it says in the Vajrakilaya text, fulfill the commitment or the heart pledge of the yab who is appearance, and fulfill the heart pledge of the yum who is emptiness. And so if we're never so the idea is to never separate from the perfect union of these two, and eventually as one practices, then the ordinary mind of suffering is exhausted, and one is able to, or is blocked, and one is able to abide within the recognition of the natural state. And if one can abide in the recognition of the natural state, then there arises great bliss. That is how bliss arises. And so it's essentially by being able to abide within the nature of mind.
No.
And then okay, another difficult question. How could practitioners become aware of and avoid rupa raga during dhyana? I don't know what rupa raga is. So the pena de dhyana de samtin nanga nebe katla. Then rupa sena zuk raga. So rupa is form, right? Raga is desire. What is raga? Who asked this question? I can't hear you. Can we have a mic? Sorry.
Okay. So when you practice dhyana and you feel the bliss, I feel the joy, and then how could you not stick to it, and not stay in that? Because if you stay in that, it's that well, of course you could experience the joy, the very real desire. Right? Now because we
Can't hear her.
practicing dhyana, now we can experience this very very subtle.
I can't hear her. I'm sorry. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
So it's my question. Rugarapa is actually when people they're practicing dhyana and they could transcend their physical location. Now your joy in the physical or in the world of desire, now you can transcend it and feel the very subtle joy in the real form. And then, the joy.
What? The very subtle joy in what?
In the realm form.
Oh, in the form realm. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but the question is, how can you not to stay in it, not to, because if you, well, my understanding is if you still feel that kind of, very subtle joy, you are not actually practicing non-duality.
Oh,
That's my
okay. I
understanding.
think I get it. Yeah. Dini di kayan sena pena samten ji gombe kala rawa. Dini yang be dewa rawa lek yorwa. Yina dewa di yang di zugi kam yang ki nangla nebe ki chun rawa yong sigere. Dini di how can you not stay though? Or that
Stay in the state of very subtle joy. The very subtle joy produced by practicing dhyana.
Right, but are you sort of saying that because this is seen as a fault, like if you're
I think like there are different levels of shamatha.
right, I know that.
And they have different levels of joy.
Yeah.
But her question is like the joy of shamatha is not non-duality.
Yes.
Probably not steep.
But then how would you not want to stay there? If
How
you're,
how you transcend the shamatha joy toward non-duality.
Okay. Dini Hawa yujire. Dini di yang di nize mepe gi nangla negyo marwa karsi danda chena. Yena di dewa yang di la chena dini nune di ne goa trawa torwa levkyo sarwa. Dini di nune chini de gogyo mare. Yena pasher madeya kapo yujire.
다들 썸댄시다디 수미 이시슬레 크시 노함 그래서 제당치는 다디 수미 그래서 파동아트시 디신 가안로셔서와 동아트시가 저거 신이 가안로셔와 신이 장배 가안로셔와 동아트시 디신 가안로셔서한테 다소 클라모한테 lep셔서 말 시랍 통 만제나 다 시랍 통제는 되는 야라 상지 톰로 쇼서와 시랍 통 만제나 데 숨배차 숨미 gen치미진다신 단삼상 코로나 다 상지 송 저섬니 좀 다셔서리 샤트 드레다 코로나 같은 게 something 곰쇼 티존나 마르조 소나 되는 세상 대 제네제 제바 랜로 쇼서와 되레드테 한 삼상 코디 시야타 가능한 상지나 다른 코로나 참자 전조반의 제 안다들 용수 쇼서리 어서 어떻게라 상대를 거리스
So it's not so of course, like what she's referring to is the 4 stages of dhyana or the 4 stages of meditative concentration, which can lead to, if not united with wisdom, can lead to rebirth in the different states of absorption, and so the key is not, it's not that you don't remain in that state of bliss, but that you sort of shine the light of wisdom, because if it is not united with wisdom, then it won't lead to full awakening, it won't lead to Buddhahood. And so if for some who can abide in these very, very subtle states of meditative absorption, they sometimes may think that they have actually awakened, that they've attained enlightenment, but they actually haven't yet attained enlightenment. And then when the merit of that meditative absorption, when it is exhausted, then it can lead, because it doesn't transcend samsara, because it isn't united with wisdom. And so therefore, but it's like at the very pinnacle of cyclic existence. So it can appear as though it is liberation. But then when that merit is exhausted, then the one kind of has no choice but to take rebirth in lower states of existence again. So the key is to unite it with wisdom. Okay. So this is actually kind of one for Kempo, because I didn't really fully understand what. So deni Rinpoche sungwe kala de kare chik
배 냠내 야보서 쇼라세 도도 루바 요 말에 이나 다닝루 고레스 데코 네로 마노르와 야보 시에 디간 네 토비아 존루이트서 고쇼사르와 도르세 도도 루바다 요 말바티 아래 아테 루스트 zon송세 와다 소르바테 그 냠내티가 네 소쇼사르와 도 소소 도제 오늘 베간 노야 추나 es do ruba nager washo surwa chen bo yung ro ta na yi o tong ma da ruba do ru chu ba tong ji wan se la ba ba ji won jo
the chorwa the dunga ki chorwa ra.
to yang te da surwa de do ke sha yo ma surwa da dong ga surwa ra ta shu chen bo yung ro wa
So what it's really it's referring to is like strength of feeling, essentially, right? Like a really strong, because like when stone meets bone, it's like if you hit the bone with a stone. Yeah. Can you give him? Yeah, maybe give her.
Sorry, perhaps I wasted your precious time. So Rinpoche often explained about this to me. This is actually ultimate level of empowerment. The stone and bones are metaphor or example. If stone hit on your bone, it really hurts your mind from bottom of your heart. Likewise, when you receive the ultimate level of empowerment, and then you internally, utterly, you realize the essence of that, and it hurts your self-grasping.
Oh, it hurts your self-grasping. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so the next one is, in the mantra recitation, the word jala or zwala is Yogini. Now that we have gotten Cakramsamvara empowerment, dini demcho giwang to sarne dini dorje na dorma nyamlin che begi lam drawo garere. So you can actually, having received the Cakramsamvara empowerment, you can actually also practice Vajra Yogini. So also, even if you have the Jude. So actually, empowerment really is kind of specifically connected with the class of tantra that it belongs to. So once you have received empowerment in a particular class of tantra, you can generally also practice deities that also fall into that category of tantra. So for instance, in the category of unsurpassed yoga tantra, also like you could essentially practice like Kala chakra or Hevadra as well. Yeah, so like whichever empowerment that you have received, you can also, practice deities that belong to that same class of tantra. When we practice at home, do we need to make tormas, and how should we make them? Is there a mandatory Mandatory, I think you mean having done this retreat or received this empowerment, is there a mandatory daily practice? Dining ngato chitang dinda nin tapar nyamlin chepe gi. Is that what you mean actually? Is the person who, is there a mandatory daily practice? So dining ngato gundu dinda de nyamlin che goa che yorebe.
Karlarda.
De pater de lawang topne de pater de lawang topne yang de tam de ne de ngato nangla yang yundu che goa gi
tamse no durbe
pater you today
da tamse ina jedang da je la karena ti wang tomne nyemba za gor se je yorwa wa de na da te mix da wang tupsi te za gon ga le kha gon wa ten so so ka la kare jun de nyam na chi khon te
So he thinks, that you mean essentially, is there like a samaya now to practice this on a daily basis? But he said, it really actually this samaya is like essentially whatever, having received the empowerment, whatever it is, all of the samaya of all deities and all empowerments are kind of included in a single practice. So like whatever it is that you usually practice, whatever deity or whatever your daily practice is, then that is sufficient.
치곤 다 제세들이 저당 지는 년배 가론 제세 있는 년 주차스 제세 치고 년바 줄 제세지 년바 줄 제세지 고고레스 년바 줄 주차 제세 치고 쇼 년배 카콩이나 년배 카콩 제세 있나 년바 범 제자는 제세 치진 고고
So the way that the fire puja works is that it's like one fire puja for every 10 accumulations. So, for instance, if you accumulate 100,000 recitations, then it's 10,000 fire pujas. Rewa, did Kimpo, was that okay? No, you're yeah, he said if you do 100,000 accumulations, it's 10,000 fire pujas. But I think he means like 10,000 recitations. Yeah, so with 10, there's one fire puja to every 10 recitations. But that's why, like, yeah. So what it is actually, what the fire puja is to kind of correct any faults in the practice, any additions or omissions accidentally, done, or any mistakes in the practice and the recitation. And so that's why for like every 10, there's one.
장가사야 링보 쇼제자 요 말다 님발 디스링그러면 단님바 들리디 링그레로와 제세사야 장가사야 제세사야 제요로와 님바티 강라 세 카신 토웨자 쇼레스 레주님바다 사고 쇼라타티 티 강라 베장 디파다 드바티미 타르쇼 신빙구르야 소하스네 노데 어떤 루티스 토웨자 요로와
So actually, it's not like, I think what he's referring to is not actually the fire pujas themselves, but the recitation, like the actual action that you're doing in the recitation during the fire puja. So it's like the accumulations of the fire puja for according to the recitations that we do. So you do like, so it's 10 recitations, or it's one fire puja recitation, for every 10 mantra recitations, because and then it also like it's essentially the same kind of sequence of recitation that is then joined to the nga rang la yang jagyurwe.
다 이르마다 해해
Yeah, yeah.
롱홍 빈적인 자라 삼바람소 아드네 다 체라 띵엔지 라 띵엔지 체라 다 디파트바 탐치 다 소스다 칭링구리 소하스는
So did you follow what he just did? So what you do when you're doing the fire puja is you're doing the recitation just like he does. That's what you're accumulating in the fire puja. So you recite the mantra and then you apply to that like these words that he said, which is like any mistakes in meditative absorption, in the recitation of the mantra, like, anything that was added, anything that was left out, may all these obscurations and faults, essentially be purified. So you're purifying all of the mistakes that you have accumulated in your mantra accumulation. Does that answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay. So then the next question is, in your Fivefold Mahamudra teachings, you mentioned the hardships of worldly life and the impossibility of true happiness in samsara. Do you have any practical advice for generating true bodhicitta as a householder? Dene de data kachun nangwe kala, dene de jigdin ge de ngato jigdin chebe kala de jigdin gi tse de la nune chini de dewa dimbe gi dewa to ya korwala kale kapo de dewa yo marwa dene nune chini de ngato denda de tapa ani yo marwa chimba householder. Dene ngato yang de jangchu gi sem cheya gi top mixel yorebe gayan sena pena jigdin chatsang pang.
니제 젠다 장소 샘제 용을해서 다 전바제야 다 저어데 친 땡고르즈 라인바 친의 거지는 때네 전바제게레스 가서 마고면 다 마거지 친보임 때네 어떻게 쇼로와 한 지금 좀 탐나 신바제 좀으로 뒤님의 뒤심장 가시 아마 제가 요 말했어 어떻게 맨날 소소 가르 진치고 잠나 될 때서 될 때와야 전바고 그 야보제 손나든 심장 참마한테 나이 거지 친보래 잠때 자지네 특공 그래서 담보 소소 마한다고 제고 드레틀이 체세다 나만다고 드레틀이 나 메여로 드레다 농바텐다고 드레 어떻게 파자체데 체다 되는 잠블레 되는 로바레 초 참마데 마지메 잔참바제다 특공도 어떻게 다제 탐난다 되여로
So he said, really, actually, it's the same, whether you're a householder or a monastic, the method for generating bodhicitta is the same. And, essentially it's to meditate in stages to cultivate love, compassion, and then bodhicitta. So first we have to develop love, and then we develop compassion, and then this evolves into bodhicitta. And as he said in his teachings, the main way to first cultivate the mind of love is by reflecting on kindness, the kindness of our mother, and then to see all sentient beings as our mother, and to then spread that love, reflecting, feeling a sense of gratitude, reflecting on the kindness of your mother, to then spread that affection out further and further, so it encompasses all sentient beings. But Lord Jigten Sumgön has said that in the degenerate times, that beings actually don't so easily have love for their mothers, that toward whom it is easy to give rise to a sense of love and appreciation for. So you use that as your object, whether it's your mother or whomever that you easily feel affection and appreciation for. And then that becomes the basis from which you expand that mind of love. So then you go first from your mother or whoever the object is, then you spread that to like your whole immediate family, kind of your extended family, then you spread it out, to your whole community, to all the people that you know, to the country, out to the entire world, and then out like to the entire universe, pervading all sentient beings. So in this way, we use an emotion of love that is easy to access, and then we expand it so that it becomes, stronger and stronger and more encompassing. And then the next question is, do you have advice to counteract and overcome dullness both in conceptual and non-conceptual meditation? Chingwan dang mukba yorwa te tesa sim nyopto samsam la cha garwa nune mikba migyu yope kapla pena tin shine tinje yope kapla shine tinme yope kapla pena the mikba mebe gom jagi yope yena yang na the mikba meba dang mikba yopala the nikala
Khala. Mikba yoba miba sekundaras khala.
Kayan sana de gom gyape kala samsam la mikba yorwa samsam la mikba yo mare tini nika di tola de sim nyopto chatna de chimo wanga shona gi de mashorya gi ta ga
다 지당 칭화의 효침보 총나. 다 칭화의 효침보 총시도나 칭모 들어와. 칭화 못 보면 고 라벼 말아.
gogam de selya gi ta
야, 칭화 못 봐도 효침보 나다. 소 어디 생각도 다들 치고 이 샘도 야디 생도래 시네 냠나치 세치 사디 세사와서 가시아와서 기홍정서 세워요서 나고시라 봐 텐드디 제레 단원 표시면 들어도 디 스트라스 공 제 사만도 디 신용사 어다 텐드 지난 제 친구 디 시토야 편도 매래점도
So actually, there are many methods for dispelling for like dullness and sloth and torpor. So usually, to kind of intentionally brighten your awareness, to straighten your posture, also to like open a window, to like have light come in, so that if you're, if you're to not be meditating, if you're meditating like in a dark space, then that just increases dullness, and also to like wear light clothing, like to wear lighter clothing and to eat less food. So all of these things are methods for counteracting dullness.
동바티 추적자 안다치 되는 this long 동바도 춘저자자 지나네 되는 long 고란 로사 오늘 고라디 있는 데바데 저바티 얘기하다서 인동 얘기하요라 얘기야 냐면 제왕님만 데바 저바원서 바타 소사 얘기하 도생금 데디 시 어떤 주친데 this
So also then if that doesn't work, then you can also, you can splash some water on your face and like get up and also like move the body a little, maybe do some circumambulations, or recite the 100-syllable mantra, and supplicate, Vajrasapa, meditate on Vajrasapa, and with the aspiration or praying that all of your defilements, whatever accumulated defilements from former lives may be purified. So these are, if the other methods don't work. I think he also said to, when you opening a window and also sort of raising your gaze, and kind of, so that your vision is more vast. Yeah. So then the last one is, at what stage of meditation does one have to reach to purify enough to avoid going through the bardo after death? Tene de gom nangla tse gare le gogare pena de dikpa gatse da gogare de bardo la cham goa ge chaya ge chidu pena de shiwe kala tene bardo cham goa. He said it's pretty hard. It's a pretty high level.
Pardon chama go gomgona, ta chaza chimbo this nilo ngos shor go shores. Karsana ta nga so chaza chimbo gom de dik yabo tempo go shoda. Tempo go du tene so ta shive ne kala. Ta rembi shidu temran yorwa temran to chama ngo shi. Dai ko an shin ro shole chi temran to chama ngo shi. Te shi so bya zai chi tre. Ta di shi ko si zo shargeri lab go ran so. Shi ko si. 身边什么系统和谁写的写个那个了，我是身边岁呢写个是有人同马头，我真的像我他听我写过去了，听我写送那真的在活动唱过来，去吧去上级是那么多，活动的可是呢，他我做我们的嘞，我写在当，敲在进步在当，第七敲在进步就有了，第二步我写马文这是那么多的，这活动中是什么嘞？
So he said, you know, we have to like really realize and have total stability and the realization of the true nature of mind of Mahamudra. It has to be very stable because it's to such a degree that one is really aware through the death process when the stages of both the outer or coarse level dissolution and the subtle inner dissolution occurs, that one is fully aware of what is happening in those stages of dissolution. So when we die, the ground clear light shines forth, or all sentient beings experience this when they die. They experience the dawning of the clear light. That is the ground luminosity, the basis of their awareness. But most don't recognize this when it occurs, and depending on the practitioner, there's a difference with regard to the period of time that dawning of the luminosity, the ground luminosity, remains. And so if it's recognized, then there is the potential for liberation right then and there, for full awakening, for achieving enlightenment in the Dharmakaya, by recognizing the Dharmakaya. And this is what is referred to as the meeting of the mother and child luminosity at the time of death, when the ground luminosity is recognized. The prayer for Drupon Rinchen Dorjee Rinpoche: please live long and may your activities be infinite. Adenichi kutse ringpo monam gyagyo dang chigi chinle samgi mikyapa barche mepa yongwar sho. Thank you. The light radiating from the hung at my heart gathers a protection sphere and charnel grounds into the immeasurable palace, which dissolves into the four dakinis, who dissolves into the mother, who dissolves into the father, who then dissolves into the hung at my heart, which dissolves from the hook at its foot upwards into its body, the body into the head into the crescent moon, and finally that gathers into the nada string. The nada too dissolves and becomes imperceptible, settle within luminous clarity, even and vast.
Meditate.
Once again, like a fish sleeping from water, I arise as a great glorious Heruka with one face and two arms, whose magnificent form appears clearly but is empty like a mirage.
Ale Gabala Yangain Jadevananda Brahma Shel Dursenadana Gota Gala Shangan Hundrum Amsa Kamje Simba Jandoba Ige Durza Janza Jimbo Jubharanga Toga Hongsara Deva Omenana Jumdin Devanjo Wanam Jarama Java Mena Yendan Janam Gara Yoga Goro Ngayala Jador Je Carbon and Sansa Soyanda Samje Garaba So Benzarandagana Samaya Don Jaya Benza Arala Benzarandagana Samaya Don Jaya Benza Arala Zawam Go back to page number 64. Ale Gabala Yankin Jadevananda Brahma Shel 69. Om Kaya Sava Yakya Rakya Sabdatet Peshaza Manda Abama Draganaya Emam Balandanenda Samaya Rajenda Sava Sedemenda Yazenda Yadaba Yadanda Bazada Bavada Zendada Mada Dama Avakara Daya Sesugan Begada Saya Bavendo Be So Joy King Jong Ladan La Zembo Jumbo Da Shaza Yada Nize Da Jizin Kando Mamezo Chejen Tembe Doman De Gena Namjera Dagjala Sanjoy Debe Donze Jen Garchen Yese Gewada Tele Namjen Deba Samaya Manabala Irugadinova Member Sava Sendemendaya Sava Karmazana Karmazaza Mezadan Shayan Kara Hong Ha 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 Ho Banga and the Heraga Mama the Heraga Goba Mahasamaya Sado and the Heraga Samaya Manabala Heraga Dinoba Danano Membaba Savagayo Memba Anarado Memba Savagayo Memba Sava Sedem and Rayanza Sava Gama Sayan Goro Ha 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 Ho Banga Benza Heraga Mame Heraga Goba Mahasamaya Sa Ahoim Pe Benza Heraga Samaya Manabala Heraga Dinoba Derandano Memba Sabedayo Memba Anarado Memba Sava Sedem Sava Sedem Dry Shazam Zadan Yayan Goro Hong Ha 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 Ho Banga Beza Heraga Mama Heraga Goba Mahasamaya Sadu Go to page number N0 80. Jede Bana Rarangene Zage Ba Angela Dambar Ju Danye Jumden Desa Inkar On Hagar Bon Govo Nama Heserbo Jetsog Da Soha Hamarbo Tagbanis Wohada Henago Menyis Hong Hong Homas Yinla Tamjela Pe Ham Janganan Simbo Sambana Sambana Oinde Oindana Oindana Bayandana Baya Oinde Oina Bangave Beranzaya Oinde Yela Dunda Sonjo Jemega Lam Chore Jamdan Korjela Kanzo Bayan Sayang Aventen Chodong Dobe Daiko Shiving Dorjee Sumo Kando Zo De Jen Kolo Wamo Drage Yege Yajan Janze Zonlanje Chodo Ngada Dobe Da Yo. Number 86. Can you read English?
O exalted supreme deity, victorious Cakramsamvara, if I practice you with one-pointed devotion, let your compassion neither wane nor be indifferent, but swiftly reveal your delightful sublime face through practicing the key points of settling in a state of controlling and binding channels, winds, and drops of my impure illusory body. May it become free from obscurations, undefiled and clear, and may I attain supreme accomplishment in this very life. If due to a lack of fortune and diligence I am not freed in this life, then at the time of death may the assembly of Viras and Dakinis of the five wheels, such as gold pieces and the rest, receive me with parasols, victory banners, and a symphony of music and various offering clouds, and then lead me to the pure field of Kechara. There may I behold the face of the victorious Heruka. In that field may I practice diligently the supreme swift path of secret mantra, and thereby cleanse the two obscurations and all karmic traces. May I accomplish the unified state of the supreme Vajra body endowed with 7 aspects. Although I may attain the Dharmakaya for my own sake in this way, out of immeasurable compassion for all mother beings, may I to form emanation show them the teachings of the supreme vehicle, and thus may I swiftly establish them in the state of the Vajra holder. By this virtue may I swiftly accomplish the divine assembly Cakrasamvara deities, and establish all beings without exception in that state.
Okay, Yellow Prayer Book. Lauren Dickinson's dedication, page number 29, English.
Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root, and lineage Lamas, divine assembly of yidams and assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, heroes, and heroines, yogini and assembly of dakinis dwelling in the 10 directions, please heed me. By the power of this vast root of virtue, stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. Even at death may the torment of suffering not arise. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such, and in the pervasive clarity of Dharmata. May I, in any case, gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo.
Long life praying, page number 20.
Page 20.
Six. Okay, we stop here.